All right, back here on Inside Wrestling Radio. And today on the telephone, we have ODB. And before the break, we were talking ODB's early career and get her when she got started. And when we left off, something that really piqued my interest was her working in the strip joint there for a while. And, you know, I'm a big fan of that, ODB.
I kept my clothes on.
But you were picked up by TNA. Now,
Yep.
Did they contact you? How did you get in touch with the TNA people?
Well, actually, I've always been in contact with them when they were in Nashville for their pay-per-view one time a week. And me and Ken Anderson and Sean Davari would drive to Nashville, and we would just, get dark matches and stuff. And he'd always been in contact. I mean, that was like back in, 2002, 2003, something like that. So they always knew of us, but they're like, nah, like, you guys aren't ready yet, blah, blah, blah. And then I ended up moving out there, so I was in TNA's face for like 2 years when I was in Nashville.
Right.
But then they finally were developing a knockout division in 2007, and one of my best friends, Tracy Brooks, was already there, and they're like, all right, what are the girls you guys want to come? And she's like, ODB for sure.
Yeah.
So they brought in me, Angelina, Velvet, Kong, and Roxy. We were the originals, and then Miss Jackie was there too, and Gail Kim.
Gail Kim, yeah. You guys worked pretty closely with Dutch Mantel. You guys worked pretty closely with him, and he was instrumental in getting that division going, right?
He really pushed for us, and that was when the knockout division was just, we were on fire, and we basically put women's wrestling back on the map.
I thought so too, because you guys would come in and really work. I mean, it wasn't any of this, just prancing around like up in the Fed. Nothing against what they do up there, but it's not wrestling. We know that.
Yeah, and it wasn't, because we were all so different too. Like, you could tell, if we're all in the ring, you could tell exactly who we all were. We weren't 102 pounds, and some of them were, but
yeah, but you guys, it was just so much, and even still, it's so much different. And you guys really work hard. The stuff looks legit, and then some of that stuff they do up in the Fed there, man, it's almost embarrassing. What do you think? Could you ever see yourself as a quote unquote diva at the Fed?
No, I never say never, but right. I was never WWE's cup of tea.
Have you had any contact with them over the years?
They were never interested in me. And,
really?
Yeah. I've always, I remember when I took that year off and I left TNA, I needed that little break just to clear my head and recharge the battery. But to me, it's, TNA is where my heart is, and, they let me be me, and which, I get to cross the line a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't think I'd be able to do that in the other company.
What do you think about Kong going up there? How do you think she will eventually fit once she comes back?
I thought that was awesome. Actually, she came on one of our family vacations with us for a couple days.
Oh, yeah?
And she kept it a secret, too, which was cool. And then when I saw her, I was like, man, good for her. And
so you didn't know
good.
You didn't know she was going to debut when she did, no?
Wow. Like, I was hearing, rumors and stuff here and there, but I was like, that bitch didn't even tell me. But yeah, she did. I thought it was awesome. Like, she came in and this clean house. I was like, nice. They're using her good. They're using her right. And, but bad timing now. But, the family is important to her, so.
Yeah, it was kind of, they really did a good build with her. I love the way that she was coming in and just basically doing what she should do. And then we all kind of scratched our heads on that crying thing. And then the next week, of course, we found out the reason why.
I was confused, yeah. I'm glad. I know she'll definitely be back.
Oh, yeah.
In a year, so.
And I think, in essence, what they did when she left was they basically turned her face. It almost seemed like. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with her when she comes back. Now you're currently feuding, or were currently feuding with Velvet there, and a couple of weeks ago, no other thing you can say about it was that you kicked her butt all over that arena. That was a really well done spot, and now you told me that this past week you guys are currently banned, quote unquote, from TNA. Where do you think the angle's going?
Yeah, well, the whole storyline was, I was let go out of my contract because I didn't fit the knockout mold, which is funny because I was one of the original girls that started the division, but, they wanted to go in a different direction, which obviously didn't work out for the last year.
Yeah.
And so I just said, you know what, screw it. They contacted me, and I was like, all right, this is my opportunity. So now it's like I'm just going balls to the wall. Like, I don't care because I don't have a job there, So
sure, yeah.
I can do whatever I want.
Do whatever you want, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And me and Miss Jackie did lose our handicap match last night, and we are officially banned from TNA, but that hasn't stopped me from before,
Right.
There's ways around those damn securities.
You better believe it.
I've already kicked him in the nuts a few times.
That's some really strong work.
And I'll do it again.
Yeah, I know you will. Now,
the Impact Zone is free, so it's not like I had to buy a ticket.
Right.
So I can sneak in, hide my tattoos, hide my fun bag. I'm good to go.
As long as you got your flask, you'll be right?
Yeah, I got my liquid courage.
It's very interesting that the teaming of you and Miss Jackie. How did that come about? Because you guys really complement each other. And Jackie, I haven't seen Jackie in a few years. It's really good to see her back on TV.
Yeah, she's been out for over a couple of years, and I actually saw her. We wrestled in Lucha Libre a few times, and we were just talking, and when she showed up, I was like, oh yeah, that's one chick I wouldn't want to be in the ring with.
Yeah, I mean, she seems legit tough. You guys have you guys worked before each other? Yeah,
we've worked earlier in TNA, but I mean, she's a tough cookie. She's beaten up men before.
You actually worked some guys earlier in your career, I guess because of your size and your stature. That they wanted to put you against men. How did you like doing that as the mixed stuff?
Oh, I like working with the men because you can learn so much. And I think every chick should wrestle with men because they legit just throw your ass out there, and that's where I've learned a lot of my ring stuff from guys.
You can see that in your work. You really work. You work really well, and you can tell that you know how it's supposed to look when you're doing your spots and stuff like that. And that goes a long way. Little things like that really goes a long way,
So, the little stuff do count. And when people are just getting the business because they're hot and 100 pounds and shake their booty, they don't understand that little stuff. And that's what's going to hold them back. And, they'll just be there for a little cup of coffee. But
and I completely agree with you. It's little nuances that you can do, and working with guys who've been around, you will pick up stuff like that, and it does get missed, I think, especially up there at the Fed, because they, like you said, I mean, they just go in there and kind of twitter around the ring here and there, and they don't really do anything of substance. So yeah, you're absolutely right.
Worrying about their new outfit they're going to wear.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think I've worn the same outfit for the past 4 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, you really got a lot of mileage out of that ring gear of yours, right?
Yeah, I got 2 colors.
You wear it well, though. I got to say that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You're one of the most over females up there in TNA. How does it feel when you come out there, even healing, to get that reaction?
It's different. I still, I like being the bad girl. You can get away with a lot more stuff.
Yeah.
And I love the Impact Zone, but I love, like going overseas and doing house shows and get to see the fans that don't get to see you every week,
Sure. How's it working with some of those legends like Hogan and Sting and all those cats? I mean, it's got to be kind of a thrilling thing to see those guys walking around the same building you're in, right?
Oh yeah, they're good to look at too. I think a lot of these guys get hotter as they get older. I like older men.
Oh, okay, I got you.
I like I think Sting cleans up really good. Hogan, I like Hogan. I wasn't a fan of him growing up because I always liked the bad guys.
Right, yeah.
But it's pretty cool to have him, be my boss, and we chit-chat here and there. And so it's pretty cool to be back there right now.
And the word is that you guys are going to be going on the road a lot more. And I think that'll actually help you guys with TNA there because it will get more exposure, don't you believe?
Well, just like when they did the North Carolina one. It looked great on TV.
Sure, yeah.
Like, it looked legit. It looked really good, and crowd was hot, and I think it can work.
Yeah,
I think we need to do that.
I think so too. And we're talking to you we're in South Carolina here, and this area was, of course, NWA. We didn't have a lot of WWF stuff here earlier on. So I believe if they come through here and really work this territory, it really would help you guys a lot. And then I think that there may be some thought of that going forward, especially after the reaction, like you said, at the North Carolina shows.
Oh, I agree.
ODB, listen, we're all the way out of time here, but listen, I greatly appreciate you coming on, man. You are a great talent. Really quickly before I let you go, tell me about your website presence, anything you want to plug.
Well, you can tweet me at the ODB BAM. What is my website? ODBBAM.com.
ODBBAM.com.
Kind of under construction right now. I'm still kind of getting some new merch out there and stuff, but I think that's it. I'm on Facebook, too, somewhere.
just go out there and look for me, right?
Yeah.
Listen, and every Thursday night, of course, on TNA Impact, but you'll be coming back to that, I hope, very soon.
Yeah, I gotta get a game plan for next week.
ODB, listen, man, greatly appreciate you coming on the show with us today. Great talent, and continued success, and best of luck in everything that you do going forward.
Well, thank you, guys.
All right, that's going to do it for the interview portion of the program. We'll be right back here to close the show on Inside Wrestling Radio, coming up next.